fresh cut, but for the sake of my brand and for the sake of, you know, the fact that I'm a Suns fan, go Suns, we in the Valley, and I'm very excited for this new season, as anyone else should be. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. And right now, what I want to talk about is what you just saw. And yes, I might be using KD for clickbait, but who doesn't use KD for clickbait? I feel like every news outlet in the world, well, not in the world technically, but within the United States, oh my gosh, it's not freaking, like, bro. In the world of basketball, they all use KD for clickbait. And so will I, once again. Welcome to today, and maybe once again in the future if you hit like and subscribe on this video and you're still watching within the first minute. Seriously, the first minute you click off. Welcome to a game show called Where Will KD Be? We Will See. I am your host, Joey Jankowski. It is very clear and obvious. Alright, the thumbnail shows Kevin Durant and Wimbledon. Or not Wimbledon. Shows Kevin Durant at the US Open. Okay. And the video that you just saw showed Kevin Durant walking with Drake. Alright. And they're all like, oh my, all the fans were like, oh my gosh, it's Drake. And they were like, oh my god, it's KD. And of course, as a straight male, okay, I am not the only one who would see KD and be like, oh my gosh, it's KD, let me touch him. I think everybody, and there's a lot of people out in that crowd that were leaning up to try to touch KD too, respectfully so, not the point. But this is why we use him as clickbait though. Of course, why would I not? He travels. The point is that he travels. He's flying places. Not literally. I don't think. Maybe with his jumping capabilities. Maybe with his pure athleticism and freak status, he could probably run and jump around from state to state. Almost like Superman. He just whew, he just jumps up and bump, and just anyway. The point being, again, if there's not a betting line like in Las Vegas somewhere, like I was saying, if there wasn't a betting line on the next place where Kevin Durant ought to be, where we ought to see Kevin Durant, then please let me, someone who follows the Suns and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and Kevin Durant really closely, see, I can't rhyme C with C every damn time. This is not two different types of C's that we're talking about. It's not the letter C and looking like seeing and like the Caspian, the Caribbean Sea. Caspian, really? Come on. Where is he going next? I have a few theories I'm concocting in my brain as a man who's on the run, or really not on the run, okay, but on the move, scouting out the next entertainment venue that he can be caught in the wild at once again. My guess, my top three. Do I have a top three? I'm gonna give a top three, maybe 4 guesses. Actually, no. Give me like 5. I'm coming up with one that's literally right now in my mind. That's why this is the whole point of the video. The whole point of this game show. Guess in the comments below where Kevin Durant is going to go next. Cardinals no home openers coming up. Now, there's probably not going to be too many people when the Cardinals home opener is happening. I can't speak. There's probably not going to be too many Cardinals fans in the building. However, he is a true supporter, I believe this 100%, of Arizona and the Valley, and he's shown time and time again, or at least he's been at the Diamondbacks game, wearing a Corbin Carroll jersey. Real respect's real, by the way, and that's like really cool. You know, even for Corbin Carroll, he even commented about how cool it was, like how awesome it is that Kevin Durant, even Torre Lavello commented on how awesome it was that Kevin Durant was wearing Corbin Carroll's jersey. Okay, you know, this is one of the best. This is one of the best ever in his sport, recognizing a rising star in another sport, and that's just awesome. Okay, Kevin Durant is probably, and seriously though, there ought to be a betting line. Like there has to be, right? Like there's a lot of ridiculous betting. Is this sticker? I think the sticker's starting to bother me. There's a lot of ridiculous betting lines. NBA official, obviously, you know, still has a little sticker on there letting you know. Is it cool still to keep stickers in your hat? Was it ever actually cool to keep whatever? And I'm no betting man, you know, but if there is not, there should be, on where Kevin Durant is going to be next. And I said it like 3 times. Shut up. Cardinals game, home game, against the New York Giants. The New York Football Giants. New York Giants. Wow. I love that reference in Madagascar. There's a chance that Kevin Durant, who seems like he likes to travel, seems like he likes to just go places for the fun of it, because it is actually really fun if you get to travel everywhere. Like, go to a bunch of football stadiums, just sit and have like a nice meal, like every, and sit in actual, comfort at a stadium, as opposed to like sitting like in like where everyone else sits, where the peasants sit. Right? You get like on field passes, instead. Like, of course you're gonna do that. Of course, like you get that. Like, what I'm saying is that he'll probably be hanging out on the sidelines with Kyler Murray in the next Cardinals football game. Probably, maybe not. Probably, I don't know. But like I'm spitballing here. Okay, I'm spitballing. I'm, but he's shown time and time again that he's gonna support the Valley as long as he's playing here, and I think he's also shown that he's, from what I understand, is that he supports a lot of different, football teams, basketball, even baseball, etc., etc. And he respects, and Rio respects real, so he'll go. There's not really anyone real, other than the Cardinals head coach. But what about college sports? What about if he's gonna be this Valley? Like, I'll tell you what. He's definitely not gonna be going to a smaller game. There's only so many weeks before the NBA starts, before the regular season starts. So So I don't know, like, so it has to be within these next coming weeks, right? But so maybe he's not going to go to the Giants game. Because the Giants game is probably still a little bit of a smaller game. You know, it is a home opener, and it would make it would kind of just make this whole thing that Arizona sports going. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you've seen recently. I don't know if you're in the know. I don't know if you're a spectator from afar and you're in the know. But there's a little bit of a shift going on here with Arizona sports teams from being really bad and like noticeably terrible to kind of moving in the right direction and still bad, but like better. And so far it's been, with the Suns, most obviously. And so far it's been with the Diamondbacks. A little more obviously. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. Man, this is a long video. Is this just an excuse to talk Suns? Maybe. Devin Booker's new shoe. I think he was at Drake's concert with Book, right, as well. Again, we're talking about the next place that Kevin Durant's going to be. Speculating. That's what sports people do. That's for people that follow. That's literally all sports talk radio is. Like 90% of sports radio is probably just speculation. Oh my gosh, did you see such and such player? Look where he's at. Does that mean anything? Find out in the next segment. Oh no, but seriously though. Is it possible that maybe he shows up for the Cowboys game next week? The regular season, when does the regular season start? How many more weeks of Kevin Durant being out in the wild do we get until the regular season starts? Right? That's what I want to know. And even if the regular season does start, when does he get a day off to where he's going to be out in the wild again? Because he likes to take advantage of okay, maybe I don't know him exactly, but he seems like the type of person that likes to take advantage of the time off to go out in the wild. Why am I talking about him like he's a zoo animal? Diamondbacks again. Can I see him? Can we see him going to the Diamondbacks? Is it a possibility that in a playoff race, with the Cubs coming to town, in a big game that's going to be nationally televised, or at least from what I understand, is going to be this Sunday? It would really have sucked that I have missed the big nationally televised game, but I think it's going to be this Sunday on Fox, on Channel 10. Probably a sellout game. A lot of Cubs fans are going to show up. A lot of Diamondbacks fans are going to show up, because we're actually kind of showing up the games. We kind of understand that this is a playoff team, and we have to support them like it's going to be a playoff team. Even if all of a sudden, we're talking about, I got a good coin here, right? We're talking about 50-50 chance. Heads for playoffs, tails for not playoffs for the Diamondbacks. I'm going to flip this coin, right? It fell off my hand and still landed on heads. And then I dropped it on accident and landed on tails. Is he going to be there? Is he going to be at the Sun Devils game? Are you going to support the Sun Devils? He's all about supporting the Valley. He wants to make it very clear that he's supporting the Valley, right? Sun Devils are going to play a game against USC at home. Is he going to be I don't see why he wouldn't be at another a Diamondbacks game coming up. A really big, important, nationally televised Diamondbacks game coming up, right? On Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, so they can get the ideal is that the Cardinals game is probably going to end, and then the Diamondbacks game, is gonna that they're gonna televise it like it's the Cubs game. The Cubs are gonna be possibly losing the wild card. The national media is gonna make it seem like, oh, the Cubs are gonna be on the verge of losing a wild card to the Diamondbacks from out of nowhere after a whole month of sucking and being in the gutter. Here comes the Diamondbacks striking back once again, taking down the fan favorites. Is it possible that he's going to be there? Or is it possible that he's going to be a big, probably nationally televised, maybe not nationally televised game? I don't think about the Sun. I don't know if the Sun Devils are, a place where Kevin Durant ought to go. They are playing. That would be during the regular season. I think by the time that the Sun Devils get to the parts of their schedule where it's like, maybe he'd actually be there, I think the Suns will actually be playing basketball by that point. So, bottom line is, I can't wait to see the next clip of Kevin Durant being somewhere where it's like, that's neat. And then, it's like, and I decided to make a video about it because why wouldn't I? I feel like every other national media in sports that covers basketball at all is gonna make some sort of little blurb on their website about, we spotted Kevin Durant in such and such place. And I just want to say, I'm not a betting man, and I don't want to put a lot of money, per se, on Kevin Durant being at a place at a certain time at all. But if I did, or if there was such a bet that maybe you can make with your friends, or something for lunch, I'm leaning toward a potential wild card spot on the line. Sunday night, nationally televised baseball game, sellout crowd. Like, we're not stupid. I just want to let people know that don't follow baseball or don't follow Arizona sports and see Arizona sports like games and make it seem like it always seems like they're a disgrace, and the fan base makes it seem like it's a disgrace because you don't show up. But it's like, well, we're not stupid. We're not gonna go out and waste our money, right? But is there anybody who's watching me right now? And I'm assuming this might get some views. I don't know, but the last time I used Kevin Durant for clickbait, I don't even know what the title of the damn video is going to be because it's going to be too long and it's going to be short to the point. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see the next coming weeks where Kevin Durant's going to be, because it's just funny to see it on Twitter and be like, That wow, Kevin Durant was just walking with Drake. That's pretty cool. I mean, probably not for him at that. I mean, maybe still. I don't know. Would it be for him at that point? Like, he's a two-time NBA champion. You know, he's got status. Maybe it's cool for like Devin Booker. He's officially part of one of Drake's songs. He was officially referenced in one of Drake's new songs that I only listened to like one small part of because they played it on the radio show, on the local radio. I hope you liked the video, and I hope that you too, if you're watching, find it amusing that thinking about, because I can't be the only one, right? Like, I know you're one of the okay, well, I know you're one of the like 5 people watching the video right now, but like, come on, I can't be the only one. Can you at least say, if you're not going to guess where Kevin Durant's going to be next, can you at least in the comments give me some reassurance that I'm not the only one that's sitting here right now at around 4 p.m. Arizona time, wondering to myself, wow, that was interesting to see Kevin Durant here at such and such place. Now that I follow him more because he's a Phoenix Sun, where will he be next? And ultimately, that's the question I'm asking. I'm just using it as an excuse to talk about other subjects within Arizona sports, because people need to go to these games. And if we could somehow market that Kevin Durant is going to go specifically to a packed crowd on a Sunday night nationally televised baseball game with playoffs hopes on the line for the Diamondbacks and for the Cubs, I think a lot more people would show up. A lot more Diamondbacks fans would show up. Like, a lot more, well, maybe not Diamondbacks fans, but fans that are ultimately fans of Valley sports in Arizona, fans of Kevin Durant that are in Arizona would probably show up if there was all but a guarantee. Like if we could 100% guarantee that Kevin Durant is gonna show up to the Diamondbacks game on Sunday at Chase Field with the wild card on the line, I think there will be more, like by far more, Diamondbacks fans in the building than Cubs fans. And there's going to be a lot of Cubs fans in the building. That building will be full. That building will be packed. That building will be practically sold out. There's probably a lot of Cubs fans that are literally traveling here already because they're moving out because wintertime is coming soon. And this is where they live during the winter. That is not that is a fact. Okay? People from the Midwest, this is where they live during the winter. You wonder why there's so many people that live here in Arizona? You wonder why? Because during the winter, this is where people live when it's snowing and cold and terrible. Welcome. We welcome you. Thank you for bolstering our economy. Please don't be too loud and annoying at the game. Please don't be too... I should not that loud and annoying. You can be loud. Of course, you're on your team. Go on ahead. Watch him lose. You know. Chicago. Sorry. But, there's a new man in town. There's a new sheriff in these parts. Okay? From the wild, wild west. Taming the wild, wild west, even. And his name's Zach Gallen, by the way. And and we got Kevin Durant as like our he's like our guy. You know, he's like, for at least he's like our number one supporter. You know, he's like, well, I mean, not a number one supporter, but you know what I mean. He's like our number one most notable supporter. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, not only can I not wait to see where Kevin Durant's going to be next, I really also can't wait to see the baseball game on Sunday and this weekend. Like, seriously. And actually, there's a baseball game going on right now as I'm recording it at the very end of this video. Or right now as the video is uploading. I'm going to be listening to it, and I probably am look at the time. Just on time, so I actually can't drag on this video any longer, but if you're watching at this point, you should definitely subscribe, because, dude, you literally just watched me ramble about Kevin Durant for 30 minutes. Nobody ramble. I think plenty of people have watched national media talking heads ramble about Kevin Durant for hours and hours on end. But I'm just trying to make light fun out of the situation, and not actually be serious, because there's no actual serious implications of to where Kevin Durant is going. It's just for fun. Just like this video was also just for fun. So, yeah. Much love. Hopefully, maybe you go down to BK and try that new chicken sandwich. You might like it. And hopefully you like that video too. And if you're coming from that video, because a lot of my own content gets recommended again, so YouTube's actually got to do a good job in that department. And also another thing, like 99%, literally like 98% of you who are watching are not subscribed. So, like that's a large percentage. That's a large percentage. So, you know, the algorithm is doing a pretty decent job, like actually getting the video out there. But that's a whole other topic I could talk about.